sights, and welcome to Destination Reading. I'm here with a really nice guy who enjoys the outdoors, Mitch Raczy. Welcome, Mitch.
Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you for being with me today. Mitch is part of BAMBA, which is the Berks Area Mountain Biking Association, and we thought we'd talk a little bit about BAMBA and their role today in how they've helped to create the greater Reading, Berks County area as a IMBA, an international mountain biking ride center. How important that is, and what we hope it does for tourism in the area.
BAMBA is a local chapter of the International Mountain Biking Association, and it's a group of about 35,000 riders.
It's a lot.
So it's a big organization, and just this summer we were awarded a Destination Ride Center, bronze level ride center, which is...
So what's that mean?
It's it deems the area as it's the place to go to ride a bike.
Right.
It means it has everything. So it's not only saying that we have great trails here, which we do. We have awesome trails,
yeah,
and 125 miles of them.
Which is a lot when you think about
it.
But
we also have lodging. We have restaurants, craft beer. We have bike shops, all within a convenient area. 30-minute radius is the requirement, but we're even closer in than that.
So if I come off a trail, within 30 minutes, I'm able to find a restaurant or a hotel or a shop or something
absolutely,
like that.
Or 30 minutes from your room, you can be on the mountain,
okay, and
it's quicker than that. You can, depending on how fast you ride, but it's very convenient, and we're fortunate to have such a ride center with this geography where you can have mountain bike riding, downhill riding, right up there on Mount Penn. You can do some great trail riding on the Schuylkill River Trail, which was named USA Today number one urban trail. #1 trail,
right,
urban trail in the USA.
Yeah.
So I mean that's right here in our backyard.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome when you think about that, right?
Absolutely.
#1 in the U.S.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and at the end of that trail, you can come to the Schuylkill River Trail and go right up the mountain.
Yeah.
And we're lucky, we're fortunate here to have 2 mountains. So we have Neversink Mountain, which there's some beautiful trails up there. Good for beginner, intermediate riders. Great overlooks there on the South Trail. Just beautiful. You can come back down into the Exeter Trail and make the loop back on the Toon Trail, and back into Reading and get yourself something to drink and eat. So
it's a lot to see and do, and if you're a local resident, it's great, but if you're a visitor who's interested in mountain biking or hiking even, because most of the trails are hiking trails as well.
That's true. There's a lot of runners who use the trail,
yeah,
a lot of cross-country runners that use the trail, a lot of hikers and
so it just
bikers.
makes for great outdoor adventure overall. And you know, from our perspective, when you're dealing with visitors and tourism, it's a plus because we know that trails like this interest people that are outside of Berks County throughout the region, even maybe up and down the mid-Atlantic coast.
That's true, and it's all here in one area, which is somewhat unique, and it's for all riding levels, all skills. It's not for downhillers, which we have some great downhill trails. There's some great mountain bike trails. There's some great gravel trails. So it's for everyone, and that's what makes this area unique.
Yeah, I know. I told you a story a little while ago about a woman that I met who was so excited because she was a mountain biker and she was on the trails, and she was in her late 70s, early 80s, and she stopped because she caught up to 2 other mountain bikers who were they were from Europe. They were here riding our trails, and she was so excited about it. And I think that's what's so exciting for the greater Reading area. Beyond that, our own riders get to experience the beautiful scenic countryside we have, and the wonderful restaurants and hotels. We can bring people in from all over the country to come here and experience what you're experiencing. They might not be able to get it somewhere else.
Well, I think what worked here for Reading was that the BAMBA riders, members of BAMBA, are very passionate about the area,
yes,
about the craft beer and the restaurants and the lodging and the trails, but also the Go Greater Reading, their brochure with the maps, and they're singing right along with us the same praises of what to do in the area. So
right, I know we worked together on you developed the maps, and we sort of put it together in a brochure on our website so that people can download it, either the brochure or they can go right into the interactive map. And with your help, we're going to keep updating those maps.
And when you look at that map, it's just amazing of all the trails and
it is.
All the places you can access that trail from. So it's not like you have to drive to one spot and say, I'm going to ride the trails in Reading.
Right.
You can get that from a multitude of locations.
Throughout Berks County, which is awesome.
Throughout Berks County, right.
You know, it was sort of interesting because I did not think about this. I thought people may be interested in doing it, but during this week of the Pope, we had people calling us saying they were riding the trail down to see the Pope. But I think there was a stopping point at some place because, you know, our friend Schuylkill River Heritage Area, who's another association that deals with the trails. They deal with the trail along the river. They said, hey, you know, there's a certain point where you're going to have to get off the trail because I guess Secret Service was being cautious about who was just riding in. They wanted to make sure they knew. But I'm hoping those people got down there. But wow, I would have never thought that. But that's, you know,
a great ride.
People move around like that.
That trail goes both ways. People from Philly can come up here, and you know, people from Reading go down there. So
yeah,
it's
sort of like the train that we had at one point, and now you can take a bike.
Well, that's better than the train.
Right,
so
right.
Get a little exercise, get a little air.
Yeah, fresh air, outdoor. You know, this is
it's a great ride.
What you do is so appropriate to everything we've learned recently about visitors coming to the area and what we're really good at here. An outdoor adventure is one of those things that we should really hang our hats on. You know, I know Raystown Lake has, they're not a certified ride center, but they've opened up a lot of trails, and they've seen the number of people coming in triple within 2 years, and a huge economic driver as far as dollars, because as we were talking about, you like to have craft beer when you're done riding. I guess you rebuild the carbs in your body, or maybe just for fun excuse. And camaraderie.
I'll remember that one.
I have to try that. But also the restaurants are very welcoming to having you come in and bring your bike in. And
coming off the mountain, you know, there's many routes you can take, and coming down into town, any establishment we stopped at is always welcoming. People open the door for you. You bring your bikes right in. There's no worry about where do I put my bike or
because we were talking, some of those bikes are in the tens of thousands. So,
exactly.
You know, depending on your level of expertise as a rider, you don't want to let it just sit outside. So
yeah, it's a very bike friendly town, very bike friendly establishments around. So. And you meet other riders, and it's amazing the biking community in Reading.
Well, we hope from the Visitors Bureau perspective to do more around that biking community. You know, we've worked with restaurants, we're working with our hotels to help them understand that when a biker comes and stays overnight, that you should help them get their bike inside. But we've also worked with you quite a bit in BAMBA on developing a map and a brochure so that we can let the rest of the world know what's going on. And I know we had to be all done pretty quickly because we got named the certification. We had the certification come through, and it was like fast.
It was good. It took 18 months getting there with the evaluation process, and Fred Meredith, our director, did an excellent,
your chair, right? Your leader,
job.
Your fearless leader.
He did an excellent job. There's a lot of sweat behind that.
Yeah, a lot of details, a lot of things.
Not everyone can just apply and get it. It's not that easy.
Right. So, I think that's a good point to make.
And again, it's not just the trails that are evaluated. It's the whole package.
Right.
And we fit that bill. So including the tourism and marketing, all for the trails. So that was very important.
That was very important because they just don't give anybody the certification, and you had to have agreement from us that we would support you going forward. So,
correct.
But we know how important it is to the area, to the economy of the area, but also to our own local residents, because when you can build a community around something like this, you can get younger people interested in coming into the area and staying here because there's just a lot of fun things to do. So. I think we're close to running out of time, but I want to say thank you so much. We've spent a couple hours here today together, And I wish you happy trails.
Good. Get out and ride.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks. And don't forget, if you want to find out wonderful things to do in the area or locate the trails that we have here in Greater Reading, just go to gogreaterreading.com. You'll find everything there is to do. Think of us as your go-to.